What's up, ladies and gentlemen and fellow squids? This video is going to be a review on the SMH5 Sena unit. Alright, so as you guys are aware, about 2 months ago I installed Sena SMH5 helmet units or intercom system in both of my helmets, and I've been riding for a while. I wanted to see, how well they work and how their functions are, the range, basically everything, test riding, everything. So basically, let me give you a little bit of insight of what I have discovered based upon my usage over the past couple months. Alright, now the Sena SMH5 is basically classified as the most expensive on the cheap side of the Sena units, okay? Where it would be the low, on the low end of the expensive. So it's right about in the middle. Now this unit itself is actually rather awesome. The battery life, I would have to say, is pretty awesome. It lasts for about maybe 3 or 4 hours of straight continuous use. I listen to my Pandora all the time, and I mean, the dial on the side is actually really easy to use. Now, given, I mean, it wasn't exactly my first choice. I looked at other ones. I said, I kind of like them, but this one is actually the one that I seem to like the most for the bang for the buck type of thing. The sound quality on the actual little speakers that you install are pretty awesome. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being terrible, 1 and 10 being absolutely amazing, they're a pretty good solid 6.5, 7, somewhere in there. Excuse me. Solely because the volume range is wide. They can go really, really loud, and it pretty much drowns out all of the wind noise on the outside of the helmet. Sorry, this truck and his exhaust is killing me. Now the music itself, it doesn't have a lot of bass to it. That's the only problem. That's the reason why I did not give it an 8, 9, or a 10. It's kind of tinny in a way. It's kind of high pitched, but I think the reason why it's that way is for battery life, because if you were to get something in here with a lot of bass, it's going to require a lot more power consumption. Therefore, it would eat up your battery a lot quicker. Now, the tinny noise, the sound that these little speakers provide, it cuts through all the wind noise. It's fantastic. Now, that's for just the radio and listening to music. All right. On the installation part of the microphone and whatnot, phone calls are amazing. I give that a solid 10. All right. I've had people calling me at all speeds, whether I'm sitting still or whether I'm doing an easy 100 miles an hour, possibly in Mexico. But anyway, you know what I mean. If I'm going really, really fast, I've even asked all of my people that I'm talking to on my phone, why is this guy driving in the grass? Dude, you're gonna run into the ditch. Everybody that I've talked to on the phone, they say they didn't even know if I was actually on the bike, and I'm sitting there doing like 80 down 59, and I'm just cooking, and they can't tell that I'm on a motorcycle. So that tells me that this microphone and the sound cancellation is absolutely awesome. I give that a solid 10 out of 10. Alright, now, as for the speakers themselves, let me get to a lower RPM. There we go. As for the speakers, they're not really thick, but they're also not really thin. They're right about the middle. They got a Velcro backing to them that actually mounts to the inside of your helmet. They give you an option to use either turn that off. Okay. To either use Velcro or double-sided tape, where you can actually fix it on the inside of your helmet. So I would say for the speakers and the design of the speakers, they don't push in on the side of my head like other speakers have. I've tried them before. Some thin speakers, really thin, they don't provide a lot of sound, but I can't feel them. Others, they're really thick, they provide a lot of sound, but they push in on my ears and they give me a headache. I mean, you can actually get to the point where you're rolling down the road and you actually start getting a flipping headache. It's just not comfortable at all. So, turn this down a little bit. So for the speaker design, I would have to say, since they're right in the middle, I'll give those a pretty good solid 8 out of 10. Solely because of the size and the design and the simplicity of the installation. Now, putting the microphone into the helmet itself, it's got a double-sided adhesive and a Velcro backing, so it allows for easy installation. So whenever you go to install this unit into your helmet, you got to be pretty creative, but it's doable. It's totally doable. Now, I will have to say, I installed the SMH5 Sena unit into both of my helmets. Now, this helmet is for sport bikes and it's for higher speeds, whereas the other helmet that I got is made for like cross tour and slower speeds. Both helmets are designed differently, but the installation of the Sena did differ. One helmet was far more complicated than the other, but in either way, the installation, I would have to give it a good 7.58 or 7.5 to 8 on the simplicity or installation. Alright, now let's talk about some of the functions that I have been able to experience with this Sena SMH5. Alright, with the radio and like using Pandora or your phone, it's actually really easy to use. You got 2 buttons on the side. You got, well, actually 3 technically. You got 1 red button that basically turns everything on, and then you have a dial on the side. Well, that dial is also a push button as well. So I have found where, like, if I were to tilt my head to the side and turn, I accidentally turn my volume up or down, The unit itself that's mounted on the side of the helmet, it doesn't really touch my gear on my backpack, so it's actually nice. It's not too bulky like other units that I've seen, but then again, I mean, it's not super tiny that you can't tell that one's there. I never get a green light here. That's the first. Alright, another thing that I've also noticed is pairing. I've had a passenger on the back of my bike before, and whether it was on the back of my bike or on another bike, the pairing is actually pretty easy no matter where you're at. Very simple to do, easy to work with. really good. You can get up to, I want to say, about the length of maybe 3 football fields, ballpark. About the length of 3 football fields in line of sight. Okay, it has to be in line of sight in order for you to get, steady reception. So pretty much I would have to say this unit itself is actually really convenient, easy to install. It takes a little bit of time and creativity, but it'll work in just about any helmet as far as I know. The compatibility, I found that it is only compatible, I would say, with about 80% of all Bluetooth units. I found like 2 people that I was not able to sync up with, which, I mean, that was totally fine. I'm not sure exactly what the deal was with that, but for about 80% of the people that I did talk to and sync up with, it worked out pretty well. Also, riding along with other bikers, even though I didn't get a grand chance to ride with a whole bunch, I was able to be with at least about 4 other people, but it would only allow me to link up with 2 others. So I'm not sure exactly what the deal is with that, but it does work pretty well. So, I mean, you got pros and cons with any piece of equipment that you'll ever buy for your bike. You're going to have a pro and con about it. So that's just, that's one of them. My ultimate score, I would have to say, for the Sena SMH5, for the bang for your buck, it's worth it. I mean, the sound clarity is fantastic. It's worth the money to spend. I did spend like $110 or something like that, I think. I can't remember. It's been like 2 months. On my review, I think my first review, which was back in February. Oh my, it's been February. I know I did mention how much I bought it for then. So if you want to check to see, go to that video and you'll see. Oh, I need gas. Oh boy. So that pretty much narrows down this review on the SMH5 Sena unit. If you guys are looking into getting one, go for it. It's a really good deal if you don't want to spend a lot of money and you want good quality. It's definitely something to go with. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this video on the review of the Sena SMH5. If you guys like the content of this video, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit your post notification bell up there in the top right-hand corner of your screen. As always, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys stopping by for another episode of SV Cruising. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.